Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Digital vehicle inspections. We're talking bill of lading, customer service, billing, repeat business, where auto repair meets auto transport. NEXTGEAR software by Bolton Technology, a video demo and questions answered with JB, Director of Education, and Frank, VP of Sales. You're going to want to buckle in. It's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. Hey, welcome back everybody to Auto Transport Intel Tuesday Nights Live. I sure do appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much. And it is Tuesday night. We are live. We are back. And I really do appreciate you joining me again on a Tuesday night. Please do say hello in the live chat. Oh, by the way, yes, that's correct. If this is your first time here, I want you to feel welcome. I encourage everyone to join me on Tuesday Nights Live. This is the flagship show, going live 4 times a week now. So excited about that. And please do say hello. Let us know where you're at, what's going on with you. Are you working? Are you protesting? Are you unable to work because of the protesting? Where are you at? What are you seeing? Is business improving? I think load volume is going up. Let me know in the live chat. We're going to go into the live chat soon. At the quarter hour, we're going to do industry news. Industry news is national news, social media news, good news, bad news, OEMs, auctions, dealers, brokers, carriers, etc. And then we're going to go into the information superhighway. We're going to do another one of those where we're going to talk about vehicle inspections. What don't we know, right? Let's take a look at what we don't know. We're going to do that because after we talk about what we don't know, we're going to get introduced to some new information from Bolton Technology. We're going to get a NEXTGEAR video demo, software education from JB, Director of Education, and Frank, VP of Sales at Bolton Technology. We're going to have their contact information too. This is going to be a great show. I'm really excited to have you here with me. And so here's what I want to do. We're going to go into live chat right after this. Please stick around. We'll be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
That is Murphy Auto Transport. That is Sue. Sue is actually a co-host now on Thursdays at noon at Dispatching Live. But if you've got a carrier or broker question, dispatch, load board, mobile app, advice, and tips, go ahead and you've got Sue's email, phone number, and website in the live chat. All right, let's go into the live chat. I'm going to back it up to the beginning, so I apologize if I haven't caught up to you. That gives you time to go ahead and get your live chat in before I get to you. Truckify Inc. First in. Muzi is first in the live chat tonight. Truckify App and Dispatch Center, the new Carl Hauling load board is here tonight, Jay. Thank you for joining me, Muzi. Do appreciate it. And in fact, I think you're going to want to stick around. I know that you're in the super highway, and I also think there might be something in industry news. Ty Thompson, the car shipping business channel. That's right, Ty. Thank you so much, buddy. I am looking forward to. We're going to talk about Auto Intel Summit. That's coming up in August. That's in industry news, and we are going to represent. Man, what a year it's been. Amazing. So thank you so much, Ty. Michael Culler here is howdy at Ty. What's up, Michael Culler? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Part of the core. Really do appreciate it. I saw that you made a comment. How did you miss Friday's first Cars on the Move? Well, we didn't do much promotion of it, but we're going to change that. So it's all right, Michael. We're still in pre-production. Serge the Car Hauler says sup. What's up, Serge? All right, cool, man. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hello. Sounds like you're back in the States. Let us know what's going on with you. Danny B. Hello, everyone. What's up, Danny B? Part of the core. Thank you so much, Danny. Thanks for tuning in. Carlos Braxton, ACB Logistics in the house. What's up, Carlos? Thanks for tuning in, saying hello, checking in. Yep, hello, Car Hauler gang members. You know, usually that goes over better than right now. John Burkhauser, JB here, and looking forward to the show. Thank you, John. JB, Director of Education at Bolton Technology. Excited to have you aboard and have an interview, demo, education session. You know, John and I, we started talking a few weeks ago, and there is an overlap. In fact, in all automotive, I say this to people I talk to all the time. Listen, if you are touching a car, moving a car, selling a car, there's an overlap between what you're doing and auto transport. You just haven't talked about it. So John and I started talking about that, and man, we're fast friends. We have a lot to talk about. So thank you, JB, for being on the show tonight. Lee Jones says hello. Thank you, Lee. I hope you're enjoying the show. Mark Grodeke. Hey, Mark from Superflow Systems checking in. Looking forward to another great one-take show. That's right, man. We're live. We don't get to go and there are no do-overs on this, as you have seen. And by the way, Mark, thank you for being an advertiser on Auto Transport Intel. I was talking to another guy about your system today and see if I can connect you with another prospective client. So thanks for being here. Frank Draconi, can't wait to talk to everyone. So excited. Frank is the VP of Sales at Bolton Technology. He's with us. So if you find yourself having a question about Bolton Technology and NEXTGEAR auto repair service software, they're in the live chat. You can ask them a question. Oh, and Kimberly's in there. What's up, Kimberly? Thank you for monitoring the live chat. Means a lot, helps a lot. Keep the people informed and on time. That's a big part of it. Brian M. Hello from Real Force Transport. What's up, Brian from Real Force Transport? Thank you for tuning in, saying hello, being a part of the show. What else we got here? Nadine DeJesus. Hey, y'all. Nadine here from Bolton Technology. We have 3 people from Bolton. Excited for the show. Awesome. Thank you, Nadine. Thanks for tuning in, being a part of the show, helping answer questions. Hi, Carlos. Hope you're getting paid this week, says Mark. Corey Stowell, hello from GA, from Georgia, running the roads now. Great. You know, it's great to see it's June. Other than the, civil unrest issue we now have. At least COVID is on the downturn. Seems like we never get a break. Just keeps on getting harder and harder. But, we'll figure it out, I guess. Serge says, how about those boost builders for when you need that power after a shift? Takes from 6 to 10 seconds for boost to build on my D12 Volvo. So back in the right lane, I go to Chattanooga Hills. Yep. Man, I'm telling you. You guys know how it is out there. John says, happy belated birthday to Nadine. Rod, hello from Hamill Logistics. And thank you for mentioning that, Serge. Really, trivia, interesting tidbits of what's going on. It adds color and light, so please do keep doing that. Thank you so much. Busy week, Orlando, Tampa. That's great, man. Very good. That's good. In fact, I heard that Florida is better right now than usual, which is great. Charles, hello from West Central Ohio. Jay, check the butterflies at the door. Well, thank you, Charles. Appreciate it. Well, we are still alive, and we're live, and, sometimes we never know what's going to happen, so we just kind of go for it. Frank and JB are from Philadelphia. Michael's protesting the protesters. Interesting tactic. I don't know, man. Better stay inside. I'm treating it just like COVID. I'm staying inside. Okay, what else we got here? I know, but not everybody can do that, man. Listen, if you're out and about and you're on the roads. By the way, I was thinking that too. Whatever happened to thank a trucker? We went from look out, everybody, to thank a trucker to, burning down buildings. You saw that article about that Minnesota business, that manufacturer got burnt to the ground. Guess it's going to have to move. Well, that worked out well. Okay. Yeah. Not good. Craig Shockley. Hey, Jay, first time live chat with you, but watch and love your videos. Very informative. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you, Craig. I do appreciate it. I appreciate every view that I get. I appreciate every comment, every live chat. So thank you for saying hello. It really does mean a lot. Still a niche program to many at this point. It'll be that way, and then suddenly it'll be everywhere. You get a new do-over every Tuesday. Well, not exactly, Ryan, but I like your enthusiasm. Traffic Inc. is here. What's up, Ron? Thanks for tuning in, buddy. That is awesome. Happy birthday, Nadine. That's right. Happy birthday, Nadine. Nah, COVID is just taking a halftime break. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that great news? Waiting on the alien invasion. See? It is that kind of show. If you got something nutty to say it. It's that kind of show. Can't wait for the third anti-American blow to society. Oh, man. Too much Alex Jones. Heard we are officially in recession. Someone put another wood on the fire. Yeah, see, and you wouldn't know that from looking at the stock market. How weird is that? What is going on? I don't know. But the financial geniuses and the stimulus, they must know something. I'm guessing. Dairy Glen Transport. He says hello. What's up? What's up, Dairy Glen Transport? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hello. All right, that's going to do it for live chat. Perfect timing. We're about to go to the quarter hour. We're about to go to industry news. Oh, Sue's in the live chat. Hey, Jay. Michael Culler is needing another driver. Oh, good news. Okay, so you got the Murphy Auto Transport information there. If you are a carrier, you're looking for a dispatch service, you need Murphy Auto Transport services. You've got the information in the live chat. Do me a favor, Kimberly. Put that information here in the live chat. And here's what we're going to do. Right after the break, we're going to be back with Assertus information. This is an Assertus information break. And after the break, we're going to have industry news. Hey, shout out to Assertus. Thank you so much, Assertus, for participating in Auto Transport Intel. By the way, I did talk to Dwayne. I saw a post on LinkedIn. And Dwayne Davis hosted, I believe it was the first driver recruitment webinar for Assertus, and they're going to be doing more of those, and so there's a lot to learn. I don't know if you know this, Assertus does more than just auto transport, title and registration, vehicle storage, care, compliance. If you're a fleet and you're looking for help nationwide, and home delivery, touchless delivery, everybody's talking about it. You want to talk to Assertus, so check that out. Hey, let's go into industry news. It is time. And so what is industry news all about? Well, if you are a regular on this show, you know that I always start with, I like to start by talking about, this is the video thumbnail, this is the show where you're watching right now, it's Bolton Technology, this is episode 141, we're talking about auto service software and how it overlaps with auto transport. Find out more about that. Stick around. Oh, by the way, check this out. We're gonna be talking about this later, but I'm sharing it now. If you text Bolton to 267-833-2679, either Bolt On or Bolton, you can get a copy of an inspection. What is he talking about? I don't know. Maybe you should check it out and find out. Hey, I can't believe it's riot season already. I still have my COVID-19 decorations up. That is, even though it's wrong, that is funny. It's pretty funny stuff. Okay, so we were talking about COVID like last week or the week before. I think it's 2 weeks ago. I think we've had protests for about 2 weeks. By the way, I may make light of what's going on, but I in no means, this is crazy. I mean, and the spark that set this, fire ablaze, I mean, I think we can all just agree that was just flat out wrong. I don't know exactly what happened there, but it wasn't good. So we're no longer talking about COVID, which is good because it was on the downturn anyways. Well, good thing there. Thanks for, anyways. I was going to thank that dude for not doing that earlier, but that'd be crazy. That'd be stupid. NYC reports no new coronavirus deaths since mid-March. That is good news, too. June 4th. That's new news. Kind of new news. So, hey, are you protesting or not? you should be defunded. How about that? I don't know, man. Defunding? Wow, really? That is some crazy stuff. Maps of protests. You know, this used to be the COVID map. Now it's the protest map. I wonder what it'll be in 2 months. I have no idea. Nobody knows. But Ocean Roads Transport says because of the defunding or removal of police in the following states, Minnesota, New York, Ocean Roads Transport will no longer be providing service to these areas. Interesting. Minnesota, California, New York. While we value our business and customers, the ability to make money and put food on the table, we value our lives more. And there's a lot, I think there's a lot going on Facebook about this right now. Like, okay, yeah, so if you're in Minnesota, California, New York, you've defunded the police, your house is getting robbed, what are you going to get? A librarian on the phone? Okay, that's going to be great. Okay, let's get back to the car world, shall we? Yeah, we should. Road to recovery. You're seeing this a lot when it comes to auctions, dealers, and of course carriers and brokers. What's going to happen? Is volume going to go up? Are we going to get back to business? And the answer is yes, it is coming back. In fact, depending on who you talk to, some groups talk about still a little bit of doom and gloom. Black Book says as we enter the summer months, we expect wholesale and retail prices to deteriorate. So that's not good. We attribute this projected decrease to the large influx of incremental used inventory to hit the marketplace. And that's one of the things they're talking about. Inventory seems to be that which will govern. Or let's minimize this a little. Dealers and wholesalers are hitting a variety of inventory potholes. Some cases we saw buyers and sellers walking away from deals as little as over $100. A customer walking away from a deal from $100. By the way, you work in auto transport. Why is Jay talking about dealers and wholesalers? Because they move a lot of cars. Oh, okay. Demands remain strong for vehicles below $10,000, typically retailed independent buy here, pay here dealerships. That's interesting. Demand is strong for lower priced vehicles. However, great concern. They will be forced to repossess many of the vehicles they recently retailed. Primary driver they are seeing for increased sales has been the stimulus checks, which makes you wonder how many people went out and either bought a car, moved a car from a stimulus check. I really don't. I don't know. I think that'd be a bit spotty. Used cars and trucks are still expected to head to auctions en masse from the retail car companies. Yet another segment gone crazy. Repossessions also picking up. Many lease vehicles with turn back in dates that were lease returns were deferred. But those are going to be coming back. I was talking to someone in the rental car market talking about how some of the smaller repo companies are having a lot of problems because there wasn't a lot of repo happening. And if you're seeing that, let me know if you're seeing that. Yeah, Ty's like, boom, this is right up Ty's alley. Speaking of Acertus and the inventory potholes, looking for a company to help you make sure that you're going to deal with the inventory shortages and faster turn. Like you didn't already need it fast. You need it faster? Anyways, talk to Acertus. And by the way, this is a reminder. If you're not doing social media marketing for your business, I don't know why not. I really don't know why not. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Odessa Dallas Online, 100% virtual sale. Yeah, it's not what everybody wants to hear, but Mannheim, and by the way, is allowing consignor reps back on the block. A lot has had June. Man, I feel like June, we're finally, it's not the same as it was. It's not as bad as May. June is opening up a little bit more. And by the way, Sandy Schwartz, you see his name listed here. Sandy Schwartz, CEO of Mannheim, he has said that, even as of last year, almost half of Mannheim business was online anyways. So you take COVID and, you're going to go mostly digital. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. We talked about OEM plants reopening, getting back to work. Here we go. Here's some information. General Motors will have brought back most of its 48,000 hourly workforce in the U.S. starting next week. Now, this was posted, I believe, a few days ago, so that's happening right now. Now, to get specific, and this is something to think about in your own business, right? You don't just open the floodgates. You start with shifts. They got a Monday with one shift, right? And then the locations. And then let's see what else we got. A second and third shift, right? At different locations for different vehicles and operations. So going back in shifts is the order of the day. Going back in shifts. Honey, what'd you learn at work today? We're going back to work in shifts. Hey, what employees want organizations to do when reopening offices? A lot of interesting feedback, but make the return to work date flexible, provide hand sanitizers, increase the frequency of office cleaning. You see cleaning, safety. Now, what does this have to do with cars, Jay? Well, when people buy their cars, what do you think they're looking for? Cleaning, safety, flexibility. This has to do with what coworkers are dealing with in cutting costs, right? Companies cutting costs. By the way, if I didn't mention this already, this is how you get your car shipping news. You watch Auto Transport Intel Tuesday nights live. Thank you for doing so. You can watch it on the big screen. Oh, and you can watch 4 times a week. All right, Tuesday nights live. That's where you're at now. Tomorrow, Mobility Tech and Connectivity Show. That's on autoconversion.net. That's tomorrow at 2 o'clock. We have Friendly Automotive Debate. It's great stuff. And I couch this as automotive late night. Why not? Dispatching live on Thursdays at noon. Load board search advice. And Cars on the Move Fridays at noon, where Ty connects auctions, dealers, and carriers. All right, let's keep going. And by the way, you can join the ATI Insider. Go to, now the new website's up. Go to autotransportintel.com. Go ahead and you can type it in while you're watching the show, autotransportintel.com. Click on ATI Insider, become an ATI Insider, sign up. Any questions? Ryan is in the live chat. Be happy to help you answer your questions. What's some good news also that we can look forward to? Here's some good news. Auction breaks ground on project. Carolina Auto Auction, additional 16 acres that will include a 28-bay facility. It's a sister facility of the Indiana Auto Auction. Fantastic news. Good. There we go. That is good news. Oh, safety vests. Save up to 35%. Go to East Coast Truck and Trailer Sales. There's a phone number. Can you read that? Here, let's make that larger. Yeah? You need an update on your supplies? There it is. There's your phone number. East Coast Truck and Trailer Sales. Okay. Hey, Hogan is hiring a car hauler. You got a phone number there? And there's your rates. And they've got, let me tell you. Here we go. You got that phone number there. You got to have car hauling experience. Have to have car hauling experience. What else we got here? Chuck Barnes, this was on LinkedIn today. Purchasing a drive time. If you know anyone looking for work as a detailer or auto mechanic in any of the following cities, well, it's not too bad. Drive time is hiring at the reconditioning centers. So there you go. Check into that. Chuck Barnes at Drive Time. Check in with him. RPM, auto haulers needed long hauls and short hauls. You got a phone number. You got an email address. Well, you're welcome, RPM. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Hey, did you know about the Truckify links on Central Dispatch? Central Dispatch is like doing what? No, they probably already know. So if you go in the reference ID, now there are hyperlinks. Copy and paste that into your browser. Book it. Negotiate. Get it while it's hot with Truckify. What else we got? Oh, this is cool. Manheim Lot Vision. Now, this the recent post again. Less time hunting for cars, more time doing. So with Manheim Lot Vision. Now this is cool. What you can do is go to the auction location Lot Vision site, and you can enter the VIN or your work order, see where your car is at, save time. Got questions? Here, do this. You go to mymanheim.com/Lot Vision. Well, you're welcome, Manheim Lot Vision. No problem at all. IAA integrates Interact merchandising platform data with CSA Today. Now, this is really interesting. All right. I mean, we hear, software stuff. Okay, software stuff. Check this out, man. AI, dude. This new software is going to think about your bidding behavior, your purchasing behavior, and your buyer recommendations. That is personalization. And that's where AI, that's the future of AI. Predictive behavior, right? And learning. Pretty cool. And by the way, what's happening with all those rental cars? right? Now that, but by the way, did you hear this? By the way, Hertz, something about stock market back up today. It's a crazy world. Yeah, man. I say defer that payment. Defer that bankruptcy. Tomorrow could be a better day. But anyways, IAA is selling lightly damaged enterprise rental vehicles Monday through Friday. So get the predictive behavior. Oh, this is so cool. Man, I'm so excited. Dude, okay, so we have good news. We have a little bit of good news in June. I know, other than civil unrest. Which is, again, no small thing, and we don't know how long that'll last or what the effects will be. But, having said that, sticking with automotive, August 17th through 19th this year in Raleigh, Automotive Intelligence Summit, amazing. This is an amazing conference, so excited to go and be a part of it. And that is with Cherokee Media Group. In fact, this is a notice from Bill Zadites, president of Cherokee Media Group. On their website, he posts that the health and safety of clients and families, as well as our team and their families, is a top priority. Everybody's talking about cleanliness, safety. Auto Intel Summit, August 17th through 19th, and they're closely following CDC's official interim guidance for event planners. I'm excited. This will be the first conference with actual people since NADA, which was in February. I've had many canceled since then. By the way, this is a good time, if I haven't said it already, and I don't think I have. By the way, let me know how the audio and the video is. And by the way, let me know how many times I said by the way today. I'm having a ELD punch, and we're going to have a short break. Let's listen to a word from Cherokee Media. We'll be right back.
Access is everything. Hi, everybody. This is Bill Zadites inviting you to become a member of CMG Premium. CMG Premium provides you with an upgraded level of knowledge, research, data, analysis, and much more. With VIP content curated from all of our industry verticals, you'll have more access with CMG Premium. Start your 45-day free trial by visiting autoremarketing.com and click on the green tab labeled Members. That's the green tab labeled Members at autoremarketing.com. Have access to more with CMG Premium.
Seriously, don't miss out. Visit autoremarketing.com. Great articles. Really appreciate everything Cherokee Media Group does. Let's go back into industry news. That's just halftime. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate it. And that is CMG Premium membership, now available on Auto Remarketing. Here's another Auto Remarketing article. Used car sales are positive, but finding inventory may be a challenge. Inventory. In fact, a few weeks ago, everything was supply chain disruption. Now it's inventory. Obviously, those things are connected, but they're different words and a different focus within the chain. Multi-purpose service vehicles. We need to keep an eye on this Cybertruck. Anybody else keeping an eye on that thing? I say keep an eye on that. Oh, watch out for this Amazon Zoox deal. I know nobody wants to talk about autonomous. But listen, internet, auto, and transport. Huh, really? That's interesting. Anybody else talking about internet, auto, and transport? Maybe. Consumers are largely hesitant to purchase due to exposure risk, you think? Catching COVID, concerns over income. Now that one we can't help. But 2 out of 3 of these, again, have to do with safety and cleanliness. Remote retailing's offering inspire engagement with dealers, online, test drive at home, purchase online, meet via video, vehicle home delivery. So many changes in the marketplace. In fact, they expected that service would at least be a good portion. Dealers expected service to be up, but over half of people responded to this survey said they delayed their service plans. That was seen across the board. So shoppers say they'd be more comfortable with service if CDC, taking steps, masks and gloves. I know even though the protesters are out there sweating all over each other, most consumers are still at home and they're really worried about their health. I'm just saying, just an observation. That's why NEXTGEAR is going to kick it into high gear with digital vehicle inspections, two-way texting, text to pay. There's a lot here. There's a lot to know, and that's why I'm excited to have him on the show tonight. Oh, hey, by the way, does this make any sense to you? Does the military ship cheap? Now, I mean, I know it is chained down. Why are the straps on there? I don't know. It is interesting. But you know what? I'm not sure if the first time around I didn't see the so yeah, we're okay. Okay, the military is okay. Good to know. Beware. Here's another one, because you see this on Facebook. This is the Facebook news I was talking about. Beware. Use these guys to transport a Hellcat. Arrived over a week late. Extra 167 miles on it, and it doesn't run now. Well, as this guy likes to say, you get what you pay for. If that thing pulled up to move my Hellcat, I'd tell him to keep rolling, put a Hellcat on that POS, pay a lot of money for a dream car, then want a cheap transport. See, that's what I'm talking about. If you pay a lot of money for a dream car, don't look for cheap transport. What are you thinking? Now you're saying, man, I should have paid that $1,000 for shipping. And then this guy, other guy says, man, I had a run-in with the owner of that company. Cheap transportation isn't good. Good transport isn't cheap. You get what you pay, so pay a professional company. Plus, this guy says the guy has no authority, and then went ahead and shared his Safer Sys report. Not authorized. I had to blur it. Come on. I'm a compassionate guy. Oh, speaking of compassion, Wells Fargo to stop accepting consumer applications from a majority of independent stores. Holy mackerel. That isn't good. Oh, the dispatcher's coffee is always cold and their beer is always hot. Did you see this t-shirt? You got to watch Dispatching Live on Thursdays at noon, man. That show's amazing. Oh, that's your show, Jay. Well, okay. Cheaper commercial assurance. Where are you at? Saw that on Facebook. Here's another one from Facebook. What's another good load board? Ty? Anybody? I was thinking of doing Hotshot, but God, I guess car hauling industry loaded already. Everyone doing or trying to do car hauling. You do see, quite regularly. Want to get into Hotshot? Where do I go? Well, here's a tip for you. Go to CTS. CTS is a car hauling coaching business. 20 years experience in the auto transport industry. Ty is in the live chat. Ty will talk to you on the phone. I'm not kidding. In fact, I'm so darn serious. I'm typing his phone number, 417-483-2764. I'm like that. Got a company, product, or service you want to promote on Auto Transport Intel? Send me an email, autotransportintel@gmail.com. Let's do this thing. Hey, Sean just made a new group for Sun Country Trailer owners. Sun Country Trailers Owners Group. It's on Facebook. Check it out. Need vehicles shipped? This is the kind of social media we're talking about. Post it. Share it. PepsonAutoTransport.com did it. By the way, Brian, I know he wants to share a video clip from Auto Transport Intel. It's on my to-do list, man. I want to help you out. I spend all day working on this show. Can you tell? Does it just seem random? Hey, do you need an automotive webinar recap? Send me an email. Yep, I'm 4 times a week. I already showed that in case you already missed it, or you're just joining. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, the 2-minute drill down. We're going to have Bobby and Mike on the show. And what are we talking about tomorrow? Let's see. Oh, COVID-19, Tesla. Ryan has, great media stuff. He's in the live chat. Ask him a question. Join the 2-minute drill down. Hey, Ryan, share the link to the 2-minute drill down. Because I don't have it handy. I meant to. Dang it. Dispatching Live on Thursday. Load board search tip. Thursdays at noon with Sue and Jay. Cars on the Move. Fridays at noon with Ty and Jay. Yes, Jay, we know, Jay. Auto Transport Intel. Okay, Ride Clean is next Tuesday night. That's going to be a great show. Man, we're going to learn a lot. Ride Clean, a serious company with a serious product and a great message. We're going to learn a lot. Really looking forward to that. And then in 2 weeks from tonight, Vehicle Inspection Reimagined with Raven. Okay, so Raven, RAVIN.AI. Awesome stuff. Again, this must be like Vehicle Inspection Month, something like that. It's the Car Shipping Business Channel. I'm so glad you're with me. Thank you so much for sticking around through industry news. Here's what we're going to do. I know we're running a few minutes late. We're going to make it quick. We're going to go into the information superhighway. We're going to talk about vehicle inspections, what we don't know. Please stick around.
Have you noticed iTruckify links on load postings lately? Did you know that you can use these links to book loads online with Dispatch Center? Simply copy the link and open it in another tab. If you're already signed into Dispatch Center, you will go straight to the booking page. If not, you will be prompted to sign in. Enter your pickup dates and the driver information. The broker will approve your request and you will need to sign the terms for the dispatch. You will receive a text message with a link to sign the terms and conditions, and you can also sign them via the Pending Signatures tab in Dispatch Center. Once your signature is complete, the load will automatically appear in your Truckify mobile app. Get loads 24/7 without picking up the phone thanks to Dispatch Center.
That is information from Dispatch Center, no joke. Find out more about it at Superflow Systems. Visit dispatchcenter.com, download it, find out more about how you can get notifications. Use the Truckify URLs because there's more than one flavor of ice cream on the shelf now. And I see you guys in the live chat. Thank you so much. You know, it is a funny thing. I think that what I really try to do when I have a live show is it's infotainment, right? There's information and entertainment. If I'm not having any fun, then by golly, nobody else is going to. And in fact, if nobody else is having fun, by golly, I'm going to. Okay. All right, so let's do this. Let's go into What Do We Not Know segment. Really, Jay? You're going to do a What Do You Not Know segment? I sure am. Okay, so we're going to make this quick. Bill of lading. What's a bill of lading? Bill of lading, okay, so in the 16th century, somebody decided, you know what, if I'm going to ship this stuff around the world or whatever, I think I want a piece of paper to go with it. In fact, I want to keep a piece of paper of what I sent. And then when the guy gets delivery, I want him to, you know, chicken scratch on the scroll. And, you know, hopefully our scrolls match. You know, hear ye, hear ye. Okay, so that brings us to, we did that for about 400 years. And what's interesting is when you get into the bill of lading of what it means now. I mean, wow, that times have changed. It's not just information on a piece of paper. This gets into your claims. This gets into your customers, etc. Your billing. And we're gonna move into tonight's topic. But thinking about an OEM's automaker inspection of at the birth of the vehicle, what is going on at the OEM at what level? And I mean, it gets pretty intense. I was reading about body in white assembly, the CMMs, etc. I mean, it gets extremely technical, which I think in 2 weeks on the Raven show, man, we're going to get really technical. And you know this, that if you're a carrier, there's 2 levels, right? You can do just like your regular used car inspection, scratches, chips, whatever, right? You were doing that on paper 5-10 years ago. Whatever. Sign here. But if you're moving a new car, not so. You've got AIAG, damage inspection codes, getting down to the splat chart, every panel, the depth of the scratch and the mark. We talked about this on the vehicle show. And this is actually a metrogistics document. So let's talk, let's move over into another vertical. What about vehicle inspection for the average consumer, the car owner, right? We got to have vehicles inspected in the 90s with the Clean Air Act and the vehicle inspection procedures and mandates, which brings us into, okay, well now wait a minute. Does the vehicle inspection that we have to do ever meet the Auto Transport mobile app? Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, that's a really good question. I don't think it does. But we do know that if you're a carrier, you're not on the piece of paper anymore. You're on a mobile app like Truckify, where you can mark damages on your device, right? You're doing it on a device, not a piece of paper. And that device helps you manage your inventory and get paid faster, protect you from damage claims, etc., right? And I talk about all of this. If you've seen me in the past, Auto Transport Software Q4 2019 update. You haven't watched this? You're crazy. You got to check this out. By the way, even if you don't watch the video, I don't care. Don't watch it. No, I'm kidding. Do watch it. Watch the video and then go in the video description and it's Link City. You see all those links? You will learn about the world of auto transport software as of Q4 2019. I look forward to updating this list this year. We'll see. Getting to the dealer side of the inspection process, right? There were companies like CarNow already talking about digital retailing, 321 Ignition helping dealers set up websites, do things digitally. But what changed it all, and we know this because at NADA, people were still promoting a product, and then COVID. And because of COVID, now this stuff is like almost mandatory. Now you see, right, like Carvana, touchless delivery. Everybody's talking touchless delivery. I mean, the world is talking touchless delivery. It isn't just one or two companies. So this is now where people at their homes expected to be safe, on time, clean. Well, what is that? Wait, well, how does that tie into the transport mobile app, the automaker original information, the owner's vehicle inspection, the dealer selling the vehicle? Why is it all fragmented? Why are these all silos of information? Are they not connected? And by the way, the dealer trying to sell the car, he's creating information about the vehicle, but it probably doesn't have anything to do with, well, am I speculating? Dang it, Jay, you're speculating again. But I'll tell you who's not speculating. It's Bolton Technology. They've got a product called NEXTGEAR. We're going to learn about it. They're going to be in the Zoom meeting, and I made it. No kidding. It's 8:42. They're going to be in here in a few minutes. So what we're going to do is, let's go back to the home screen there, Jay. I'm going to bring them into the meeting. Before we do, and before we learn about Bolton Technology and NEXTGEAR auto repair software, I want you to watch this video. This is a Bolton NEXTGEAR video. And while you're watching the video, I'm going to bring them in. We're going to be here in a second. Man, this is going to be great. Please stick around.
Bolton's award-winning technology is now available to anyone, anywhere, at any time, on any web-enabled device. Introducing NEXTGEAR. Now any auto repair shop can tap into our digital vehicle inspection, two-way texting, and advanced appointment setting tools. Scan the vehicle's license plate using your mobile device. Then watch your vehicle inspection turn into a digital vehicle inspection right before your eyes. Text photos and notes in real time to vehicle owners, empowering them to make informed decisions while building trust and repeat business. Automatic reminder texts. Even let them confirm the appointment with one easy tap, reducing your cancellation or no-shows and allowing you to staff up appropriately. Everyone in your shop will be up and running in no time, propelling your shop's productivity, average repair orders, and customer communications into overdrive. Buckle up and shift your shop success and your customers' experience into high gear with NEXTGEAR.
Hey, what's going on? Okay. Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Okay, here we go. Let's go into the Zoom video, and they will be joining me in a second. And remember, I just want to show this. That is the thumbnail for tonight's show. It's Bolton Technology. JB and Frank are joining us here in a second. And I told him, I said, listen, man, here's the thing. I'm going to invite you on the show, during the show, while we're live. And, you know, I do that. I roll like that. And so just be watching the show. And here we go. Here's the doorbell. The doorbell's ringing. All right. Frank is entering. And John is entering. Hey, Frank. How you doing tonight? And JB, what's going on, man?
Well, so many voices going on.
Okay, that, and I know, right? So we gotta, I mean, I'm pumping out stuff, and you're listening, so you gotta stop watching the YouTube feed, not you. Just JB and Frank. And so by pausing, and you can leave YouTube open, and you can just mute the audio. So you can keep watching if you want to. But a lot of folks, I recommend. That echo was awesome. I know you heard that, Michael.
This is crazy.
It was short. I realized there was a short amount of. What can they hear the voices too? No. So what this is?
The voices in my head.
So I had them watching YouTube. So JB and Frank, what you guys want to do is you could just turn off. You can X out of the YouTube browser window. And that will stop the audio of you that you're hearing on the show.
I was enjoying it though. There's all these voices in my head.
Well, and see, you know what? And voices in your head can be enjoyable. It's also, sometimes unhelpful. Frank, you can hear us. But is your audio on? Not yet?
I can hear you guys great.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. All right, so let's do this. Let me move a couple things around on the screen and get us ready for this deep dive into Bolton technology. There we go. There we go. There's Frank. There's Jay, and then JB, and I can perfect those as we continue. So, guys, let's start with you, Frank. Frank, welcome to Auto Transport Intel Tuesday Nights Live. Please say hello to the audience and something about Bolton technology.
Well, Jay, thanks so much for having JB and myself. We're excited to be here. It's our first time. Thanks to everyone that's joining us. A little bit about Bolton Technology. We're an 8-year-old company for the most part. That's when we really started to ramp things up. And believe it or not, Jay, we started with 5 employees in the back of a repair shop. And the 5 of us sat at a picnic table, and that was our office. And we really got to learn a lot about this industry, how it works. And we grew from a couple hundred customers to now we're over 5,000 monthly subscribers. So we're very fortunate.
Awesome.
It's really all about customer service and listening to your customers. And we're so excited to now bring NEXTGEAR on and allow us to extend our product line out into transport, dealerships, new and used. So JB's going to do a great job showing it tonight. I'll be here to answer any questions. I'm kind of the cheerleader for the company. So thanks, JB.
I'm going to do this, JB. After you introduce yourself, JB, I want to pull up the website because there's a lot going on your website. You have a lot of information. But JB, please do say hello to the audience today.
How you doing, folks? Frank is like one of the originals. I'm one of the non-originals, but I'll be celebrating 5 years in January. And the reason I came on Bolton was because I was an instructor for an automotive school, and I saw what Bolton was doing, and I was flabbergasted. I was like, why aren't shops using this? And Frank, you might remember me asking that question, because digital inspections are the future. And with the whole COVID thing and the way it's all going right now, that touchless thing, well, we have ways of not only doing inspections and sending them to customers where they can actually look at it, we can ask for them to pay touchless too. And on top of that, Jay, the people that are watching this show that are doing transport, there is so much that they can use NEXTGEAR for so that they don't get caught in the middle. They can document when they pick up, they can document when they drop off. There's used car shops out there that are doing used car inspections. These inspections could show the condition of the car when it came in, and then they can show what they did to it, building further value. So these are a lot of the things that I'm going to cover today because you guys need to know it.
Yeah, well, and I mean, that's the thing. I've been, when I talk about vehicle inspection, more and more people, we're talking about life cycle information, right? The data to stay with the vehicle rather than just data during one of the segments. And then that data is lost.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of all that work? Of that data? It's so useful.
Exactly, because here's the thing. Using the technology that we're going to show you today, and it looks like you might have looked at my little PowerPoint already.
Yes.
We can build a history. So the customer's never, ever going to be surprised. They're going to know when it's time for brakes. They're going to know when it's time for tires. They're going to know that leak has gotten bad enough it needs to be dealt with. And that's what we want to do, is train our customers so they understand exactly the why. We're not selling, why do I need this? Okay, get it done.
Okay, so let's do this. I am going to, I want to pull up your website here for a second. Okay, so let me move a couple things off screen so they're not in our way. I'm going to share my screen, and let's go. That'll be a good way to kind of get this ball rolling. Okay, so we're at boltontechnology.com. And
yes,
if you're not already there, I encourage you right now, go ahead, pull up a browser and follow along, boltontechnology.com. What we talked about, okay, so when I'm here, I go to home, I go to products, right? To digital inspections, to NEXTGEAR.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going to click on that. And okay, and there. So all right. So when I get here, help me understand. So you've got these categories. What information are you trying to get to me here?
Frank, do you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. So Jay, I think it really depends on the industry. And regardless of the industry, we all have customers. And when we're talking about vehicles, our customers, whether it's a repair shop, it's a transport company, when you're talking about the vehicle, we have to be able to show them what's good, what's bad. The proof is in the pudding, right? All of us are visual learners. And what we've done here with NEXTGEAR is, regardless of the industry, you can take a mobile device, whether it be a cell phone, a tablet, a laptop, anywhere you have internet, and you can use this product. So, in the auto repair side of the business, the independent auto repair side, or the newer used car side, the digital vehicle inspections, what does it do? Customer brings in vehicle, customer has issues. A lot of times the customer thinks, we're trying to take them for the ride. And that's not what it's all about.
Yeah.
So now if we can do an inspection of their vehicle, and before we even call the customer to try to sell work, with a click of a button, you can text them a link where they can open up that digital inspection. And we're going to put up a phone number where everyone can get a digital inspection here shortly. But now the customer can see everything about their vehicle, what's recommended, what we found to be of concern to us. It might be a safety issue. It might be a maintenance issue. So now the customer's, the guard's down, right? There's less friction. And what we've noticed with 5,000 shops using the software is the power of pictures drives additional dollar volume. And also, when you start to get trust and transparency, now we're talking about more visits to a dealership or to a independent repair shop. What we've noticed, especially on the independent side, is the independent repair shop only sees a vehicle from a customer about 1 to 1.5 times per year, even though that customer is getting serviced 3 to 4 times a year. So the independent auto repair shops, they're losing out on 2 to 3 visits a year. That's a lot of money. So this is something that's going to help drive customer trust, awareness. It'll do appointment scheduling.
Where did those other visits go?
Well, think about it. You go to Costco and all of a sudden you need a set of tires. Costco now sells tires. When you look at things like oil changes, if someone puts a sticker in your windshield, how often do we look at it? And when we do take a peek at it, we realize we're past due. Mass panic sets in, and that's why places like Jiffy Lube stay in business.
Right. So, but if there was better communication before that panic moment?
That is the key. So the software does a lot of AI, artificial intelligence. It looks at customers' driving habits. It will send reminders, typically a week to 2 weeks before the customer's due for service. Allow customers to confirm appointments, right? It's touchless if need be. And now the customer's more likely to return to the place that they were last. And that's the beauty of all this.
And that's like when you were talking about texting, right? I know, like, if I get a text from like the dental office or other, then yeah, I'm gonna follow through, do what I've got the peace of mind, that's done, I'll be there, all that stuff. And so you've got that with auto repair. What a great way to improve your number of visits with those repeat customers.
Well, Jay, just to throw a piece out there for you. The average text is looked at in 1 minute and 30 seconds, 90 seconds. And 99% of all texts that people get are looked at and responded to. And when you pick up a phone, think of how many times you call and you leave a message, or you get voicemails full, or there's no voicemail and all that. How many times you get lost? Texting is the way we're doing it. And right now with the whole situation with the touchless, text has gotten even better.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
We've gone to paperless. Yeah, we've gone to paperless billing, and with, like JB said, especially in any of this industry, whether it be the newer used car, the transport. Think about it. Even all your subscribers. What is our primary form of communication? How many times, Jay, do you pick up and call your friends and make plans and leave voicemails anymore? Or do you text everyone? Right?
Yeah, right. What's the last time I left a friend a voicemail? I don't even know.
Who the heck's leaving voicemail?
And how many phone calls do you get a day that are spoof? Think about that.
I don't even answer the phone.
Yeah, I don't either. I just let them go right to voicemail because they never do. And the thing is, if I don't recognize it, I just don't pick it up. But that's what happens. But when you see a text, you know it's from JB or Frank D, and you're going to pick it up.
And so, and that's just the beginning of the useful communication, because when they get the text, then there's a link, right? Right?
Yes,
Because
sir.
tell me what's happening in the text now that you've communicated with them immediately and on a time schedule that makes sense. What information do you make sure you put in front of them?
Well,
Yeah,
the digital inspection.
Good.
That's what we're putting in front of, because, you know, I worked in dealerships, I worked in independents, and I remember the most important thing is you walk that customer out underneath that car or beside that car, and you point out to them exactly what you want them to understand. And, you know, some customers get really freaked out because their car's over their head and stuff like that. But when I send a digital inspection to a customer, they have in the palm of their hand and in their phone or tablet or whatever they open it up on, the same thing that I'm doing out in the shop. Walking underneath the car and pointing out, this is why we need to replace the tie rod. This is why we need to do this, because they can see it as if they were there. But the thing is wherever they are, that's where they're seeing it from.
And that's what's interesting is that, so the dealer, it's so closely aligned where the dealer knows that the best way to sell this car is after the customer's expressed interest to give them a video walk around, which is almost identical to the mechanic giving a video walk around of the repairs that are going to need to get done.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And,
So-
and think about this, Jay. You know, once you share inspection, let's say a customer comes in, maybe it's a single mom, maybe it's someone that's not very savvy about their vehicle. Once you provide those results via text, the customer can look at the digital inspection. If they have questions, it's a text, right? They could forward it to a husband, to a father, to a brother, or whoever, and now that person can view the inspection
Get a
report as
second
well.
opinion without,
Bingo.
right. That's a really good call.
So
Yeah.
it's changing the industry. It really is.
Right.
It's amazing the amount of phone calls we get from even customers that go into our customer shops and say, wow, this is an experience I've never had before. I have to do business this way now. And it's just, like I said, you're taking the shop to the customer who's dropping their car off for the day and goes back to work.
And that's another thing, is that the convenience of it, right? Because then you don't have to. You could. I like your video ad, because like that one lady, she's at work. She could be in a meeting. She could be, you know, whatever, and she can get to that text when she's ready. She's got the information. That's a lot of time savings. I know I've talked about it on the show before, like, you know, safe light repair, safe light replace, right? We got that in our head. We know that they come to you, and that's the kind of service, especially now. You know, fast service with information, and then the cleanliness and the extra, you know, touchless, right? That's big thing today. Well, do you see what trends are you seeing right now?
Text to
I
pay.
can tell. Yeah, I mean, like JB said, we're and to touch on what you said, Jay, earlier. Think about doctors and dentists, right? They do not allow you to leave their office without setting your next appointment, right? There's a
Right,
little old lady
they
behind
don't.
the counter, right?
Yeah.
And she's gonna tackle you before you get to the door, right? You're setting that next appointment, and
They actually,
There
yeah,
is
you
a
can't
reason.
leave. You can't leave
Right.
without seeing that you can.
No.
That's awesome.
And they just tortured you for a half hour.
yeah, it doesn't mean that you're going back in 6 months, but you leave there with what we call a soft appointment. You know, in the auto industry, I call it the kiss goodbye, or some people call it exit scheduling. And what doctors and dentists started doing 15, 20 years ago was then sending you a reminder. Well, it took us, we were a little freaked out 15, 20 years ago. Now we get it. I don't call my dentist and set my appointment, right? I set it before I leave. They send me a text. I either confirm and say, yes, I'll be there. Or if I have business issues, I text back and say, I need to reschedule. And if you look at some other industries that started following this trend, nail salons now do it. Hair salons now do it. And what you see at these industries is these places run at about 110, 115% of capacity. So if someone does cancel, they're never short customers, right? Your dentist, they always book 2 8 a.m. appointments. And if we both show up at the same time, Jay, you and I, one of us is waiting at 8 a.m., but we learn to live with it. There's only one dentist.
By the way, you just made me think of, so if you're a hair salon and after you've done such a great job, you should be taking a photo, right? And text it and say, I'll see you in 3 months, or I don't know, 3 months is too long, right? 1 month, 2 weeks, I don't know. Clearly, I don't cut my hair as often as everybody else, but so I mean, by using photos and video, because you're right, I get the oil change sticker, and I really don't think about it.
Yeah, and you don't have to, right? And JB's going to show you tonight. Our software is intuitive enough that knows when you leave. It looks at driving habits and things like that. And we can predict when that vehicle, based on its driving habits, is next due. So the vehicle owner doesn't have to think about the oil change. We're going to send them a reminder. At that point, they pick up the sticker. If they've driven less than normal, they just text back and say, hey, give me another month or so. We reschedule the appointment.
Yeah, right.
But in most cases, they're due. It's ultra accurate. And the customer's saying, well, you took all the thinking out of it for me.
Yeah, which, I'll tell you what. Oh, thanks, Dwayne Davis. Thank you so much. By the way, I want to mention Michael put in a live chat. He says, we need something like this for pre-chipper inspections for us, for our company drivers and lease operators, so we can make sure our trucks are maintained. That is a great point, Michael.
I actually know that, and I built a couple of inspections just for tonight because I know you have a varied audience and varied varied needs.
Yeah. Here's the nice thing with what JB's doing, and we're going to show you all these different inspection templates, is it's technology, right? It can literally be molded to fit any business. That's why we built it.
Well, and that's another thing, is that these things, they're changing over time, and you have you have years and products. That's what's great too. I'm excited too. So what are we going to do? We're going to do a demo?
Yeah, I mean, I got a little PowerPoint that I'm going to use, and I'm going to put a little demo in there. And Frank and I are going to show you how the software works and how easy it works.
Do you want? Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, really, we're going to run like in a live environment.
All right, so that's great. Well, we're used to that here. We never know what's going to happen, but we're going to go for it. Do you want to take control of the screen?
Well, if I could share my screen, that would be great.
Yeah. So let's see here. Oh, if I would give you access. I see what you're saying. So, hey, by the way, anybody worried about Zoom Video? They added some new security features. You're welcome, Zoom Video. No problem at all. And I mean, I like Zoom Video, and he couldn't share the screen until I gave him access. So how about those apples?
There's some apples right there for you. How's that?
Right, yeah. Thank you.
That's too funny. All right, but first off, I want to say thanks for having us on board, Jay. We really appreciate it, and we think that this NEXTGEAR is going to be a product that can be molded to many different businesses and industries, and you're talking to a lot of the ones that we want to talk to. So there's our NEXTGEAR symbol, and very basically, going digital is where everybody's going right now, because, and mind you, we're talking about how the shops use our software, but I want to give you a little lesson how a shop would use it. And then as we get out of that, I want the different folks that are in your watching this right now understand how we can modify it to do it, modify it to what they do. So going digital is important for shops because it sets appointments automatically. We do what's called advanced scheduling. We look at a vehicle today, we do the inspection, we tell the customer, you're going to need brakes, you're going to need this or that, whatever in the future. And we set the next appointment, just like Frank said, before you leave. And we're getting that whole thing that the dentists and whatnot do. So, and all this is done on a tablet or a device that's internet enabled with just a few taps.
One of the things, Jay, is like JB said, I don't know much about cars, and I'm in this industry, but I do know that if you get your car serviced 2 or 3 times a year, like you do your teeth, you're less likely to have major issues, which means the upkeep of your car will cost a heck of a lot less. And what we're trying to do, and what we coach our shops and our customers to do, is to educate the vehicle owner about their vehicle. And that's why we do this appointment scheduling and things like that for regular maintenance items that aren't going to cause major braking issues.
So to continue, a lot of shops are still using paper and are also using an old-fashioned customer write-up way. They bring a customer into the shop and they put a desk between them and the car is outside. And one of the things that we want to change here, Jay, is the fact that we should be out by the car, because the car is our patient. And that car is going to be able to tell us its symptoms better than a driver who may not even know how to put fuel in it. So when they leave a vehicle outside, as you see here, they're leaving dollars outside. But when they bring that vehicle, or they walk out to that vehicle and do what we call a meet and greet, well, they're going to get those dollars and they're going to be in their pockets. So we're big on going out to the vehicle and meeting the customer and actually writing them up. We can actually write them up with NEXTGEAR and set them up for the inspection that we're about to do. And it's very easy because we can scan the license plate and identify the customer and vehicle that way.
Right.
Then, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and do you do VIN decoding then at that level? Right.
We do. We use the plate at this point, but we can decode it down to the nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, we made it so simple, Jay, that they use the customer will use the camera on their cell phone or their tablet. They just snap a picture and use what we call OCR recognition. It reads the plate and the state, and will provide us the VIN for that plate.
Wow, that's awesome. That's smart.
So, I mean, it all happens in about 3 seconds.
I don't think anybody takes photos of plates in auto transport.
Well,
I don't think that's a thing yet.
Well, I'm going to actually show you how it can be done here, because one of the advantages, and you folks, you spoke about it earlier, is you can actually use your device to take pictures of the plates and everything you need to. And then when you get into Wi-Fi or a connection to the internet, then you can load it all into the inspection and it will decode. I'm actually going to show you how that works right now when I do this, because I'm home. And I don't have the license in front of me. And that leads us to what's on the screen right now, is the fact that when we take that photograph of that license, we are getting the correct information. And many of you folks know the VIN shuffle. Every time you go out to the vehicle, you got 17 digits to get wrong. And how many times have you done it? I know I've done it a million times, and my writing's the worst. So you go out, you go back, you go out, you go back, and you just keep doing it until finally you get the right number.
Wow.
Well,
awesome.
Forget that. Let's just get out there. And here's the other side of the coin. I've actually go to dealerships and I get my car checked there, and they still use paper inspections. And this is nuts, because you got technicians out there, they're looking at the vehicle and they're just putting check marks on a piece of paper. And then they're walking up to the desk, and the advisor is now going to look at that and literally put it in the computer and print it out, and then try to describe to me what the technician found. The digital inspection eliminates all of that. So let's go through a real brief idea what it's all about. Technician gets the job, or do you walk out to the vehicle and identify it? And all they're going to do is they're going to take pictures of the vehicle, and there's going to be a specific series of steps that they're going to have. And I'm going to show you that very shortly. And look at this. The idea here is to bring the customer in so that they can see and understand exactly what we're trying to communicate here. And in this case, it's going to be the fact that we need brakes. We're going to get a little deeper into that in a moment. But what we're trying to do for our shops, and again, this is in the shops, but wait till you see how we can move it out of the shops, give them the digital service, digital inspections, and now let's see how it's done. So I'm gonna still control the screen here. All right, but I have to move to another screen. And what you are seeing, whoops, don't do that to me. Let's reshare here. Just give me a moment.
So Jay, while JB's switching screens there, being a technology company, we gather all this data, and having 5,300 shops, the data doesn't lie. It's not like we have 100 shops, and we track the time that people respond to text messages. We track the lift of the average repair order from when a shop goes from a paper inspection process to a digital inspection. We track their close ratios and all kinds of things. And it's amazing what's happening. In the independent auto repair world, in 2019, shops not using digital inspection averaged about a $400 ARO, $380 to $400. Shops using digital inspection are between $600 and $700, almost double. And that's just because of the pictures, right? People are visual learners. And I learned something a long time ago.
Absolutely.
That 70 to 80% of what we see, we retain. yet only 10 to 15% of what we see and read we retain. So think about it. We see it, we retain it. And I always use the analogy when JB and I teach class, you buy a new cell phone. It comes with a 400-page owner's book. Who reads the owner's manual on their cell phone, right?
Oh.
You can send a text.
Whoa, I didn't know there was a book.
But think about it. Would you rather watch a video like YouTube on how to do something on your cell phone or read the owner's manual? Well, of course, I was going to choose watch the video.
Amen.
So why would we continue to provide paper and talk to our customers about what the vehicle needs and not be able to provide them with images? And that's why shops struggle to sell additional services. And it's why we have a tough time building trust and transparency with our customers.
Yeah. Right. So what are some additional services that an auto repair shop is missing out on that if let's say they were at the counter and the person just wanted to hear more, what kind of additional services do you think that during that opportunity they could sell that with this technology is easier to sell?
Well, in the independent world, we really try to help shops focus on maintenance, right? The car needs filters and wipers and alignments and flushes.
Preventative
and
maintenance.
Like JD said, preventative maintenance, right?
Yes.
Things that will help drive down how much you put into your car every year. A lot of us just wait till something major breaks and then say, okay, now I'll get an oil change while I'm there. All right, well, tell me what else is wrong. And next thing you know, you get a $1,500 ticket.
And I think you're right. I think by creating a relationship before you get to that moment, right? You've got an opportunity. I think that's probably why a lot of people avoid car maintenance until they have to, is because they don't know who to talk to and who to trust, and they don't have a relationship on this thing.
Do we not agree? Insurance companies, they're the king of making money, right? They have this all figured out. There's a reason that when you get dental insurance, they provide you with 2 cleanings a year, right? The insurance companies, they're willing to give you 2 free cleanings, right? They'll pay that $100 visit, $150 visit to your dentist twice a year. And here's why. Because they know if we go to the dentist twice a year, we're less likely to have cavities, root canals, need bridges, and things like that. Our teeth aren't falling out. If we just wait till our teeth break, the insurance company's going to cost a heck of a lot more money to the insurance company when we have to get a root canal or when we have to get cavities filled. That's why they send us twice a year.
And the damage for the user, namely me, would be worse. Yeah. I don't want another root canal. I never want one of those again.
No.
Only takes one, not the one.
I'm telling you, right? I'm going to go floss after the show.
That's TMI, buddy. So let me take you through how easy it is to use the software as if you're at a shop. So you're seeing the screen. This is on a tablet right now. And if I want to write up a new customer, all I have to do is go down here and tap on the plus symbol. And when I tap on scan license.
Nice.
Now, as I mentioned to you a little bit ago, I can actually take pictures and load them on my tablet or my device, just like this. And then I can go here and choose the one I want to open. All right, let's try that. And watch what it's going to do. Just like Frank said, it's now using OCR, and it's reading that plate. And we're going to find out in a moment. Whoa, look at this. It's already recognized the person. I know that because these are all the different inspections that I have available. And I built some just for your audience here. The auto transit vehicle documentation, you pick it up, you drop it off, you have inspections for both. I also did a vehicle check and reconditioning one that I built for you. For anyone that's doing used cars, build value, show what you got the car in, show what you found, show what you fixed, and then sell that car to a customer.
Yeah, amen.
All right, so just tapping here, I choose the inspection I want, and I'm in. This is Aaron Apple's vehicle, and it's funny, you were comparing apples earlier. And I have lots of great information. I have all Aaron's information here. I have all the vehicle information here that's already been decoded, and it gives me everything I need. And as I continue down here, come on, baby, you can do it. I'm at home, of course, so my Wi-Fi might be a little questionable.
Sure. By the way, just seeing the vehicle in the bay, it's amazing. It must be how, not long ago, mechanics didn't take any photos, right?
Ah,
Right? Like,
No, the
get
only
that
photos-
camera out of here.
well, the only photos I remember as a technician taking was way back in the days with the early digital phones and stuff like that. Vacuum lines coming off a carburetor. I'm dating myself here, but you had to take pictures of some of the things you're taking apart because you had no idea how it went back together.
Right.
And if you weren't doing that, you're using what do you call it, tape, and wrapping things and marking A, B, C, D, and all that stuff.
Right, right.
So here we are. We have a picture of the vehicle right here, and we can enter the technician and all that stuff here, but this is the very basics of the inspection that we're talking about here, and I made a very small one. In Pennsylvania, we have emissions and state inspection. So the technician goes out to the vehicle and identifies that this vehicle here is almost due for inspection. So they're going to tap here and it's going to open up and look. We actually have a status tracker so anyone in the shop can see where this vehicle is. We just started the inspection. And then we have all these pre-built messages right here. So in this case here, this vehicle, state inspection and everything's going to be due soon. And these are pre-built messages that all they have to do is tap on, and they can put them right in here.
Which is a big part of, as you build out digital technology, you have to have auto prompts and defaults rather than the mechanic has to type a full sentence every field. He's going to hate this stuff.
Yes, and here's the other side of that coin is that speech to text works really, really well on these. And we realize that the inspection's not locked. It will be growing. So did you notice here, I can add new CAN recommendations, or I can go up here and add new CAN notes on the fly. So when we start recognizing certain things that we need to add to these, we have the ability to make this inspection even more efficient just by doing that. Did you have something to add to that, Frank?
Yeah, and I would say really the reason we looked at these CAN notes and CAN recommendations, Jay, was in the shop, if I have 3 or 4 technicians, and we're looking at wipers. Well, wipers are either good or bad. We don't need 4 technicians to tell us 4 different ways of what we should be doing for wipers. We want to keep it consistent.
Yeah.
And that's what this really does. It keeps the whole business consistent, and it starts to provide a more consistent experience for the customer. And like JB said, when you start to realize you see the same problems over and over and over again, it only makes sense to build a note and preload it. Why type it in every day, or why do voice to text?
Yeah, no, it's a really good point. In fact, what I was thinking in auto transport, sometimes on the technology, you can type in notes like, make sure you have the gate pass, or don't park it at night. But you're having to type that in. I don't know if there's any auto transport software where you have canned notes that you could just hit it, and that actually might be helpful. I think somebody just wrote that down, by the way.
Yep. And also, we're giving you both photography and video. And with video, remember, comes sound. So if there's something odd about a vehicle when they're loading it or whatever, or the exhaust is leaking or something like that, they can do a video of that and hear it. And it's already captured. So they can't be blamed for it because they found it when they picked up the vehicle.
Right.
So
and that's protection is another reason for documentation.
Absolutely. Notice also, go ahead.
I was going to say, what we've done here, and like I said, we started this in the independent repair world, Jay. But what we wanted to do is we were always taught that if there's something wrong with a vehicle, there's a complaint, a cause, a correction. The 3 C's we call it. And your notes are the cause. We're telling the customer exactly what's wrong. Your ABS light's on. Your wipers are torn. Your wipers are streaking. And the correction is the recommendation part. The technician's saying, okay, Mrs. Jones, here's the solution. Here's what we recommend. Replace your wipers. The customer is not being sold a bill of goods, right? The shop is providing informative information. They're backing up with visual proof. And really all the customer has to do is make a purchasing decision. No one's trying to oversell anyone. If a customer chooses to leave with grinding brakes and they want to drive their car and not be able to stop the car, that's up to the customer. But at least now the shop can say, we did check it out. We did provide the customer and told them their brakes were no good. So it's kind of CYA.
Absolutely. And that's another thing, too. Depending upon the part, Although there's not many parts on a vehicle that you can just flat out ignore.
That could cost you. As Frank also mentioned earlier, we give the shops the ability that when they're doing the inspection, and you mentioned this too, of getting a customer prepared for something that's coming down the line. So you can see we have all these different dates that I could set. So for example, I can tell a customer, hey, you need brakes in 3 months. And then when we set this recommendation and put it in front of them, that's going to be out there. So it's not a surprise when it comes time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that is good. Right, because even though if I'm in a hurry and you tell me that, and I, in one ear out the other, I got to be somewhere, and then 2 months later, I'm like, was it 3 months, 6 months? Yeah.
So I just went through and did a really short little inspection. We can add pictures and everything we want. Also, I want to point out that we have guides. So like if we're in a shop, we want to make sure the technician gives us a note of rec and some kind of picture or media or video, and we make it so it's very easy for them to look at. Once the inspection's done, Jay, what we're going to do here is we're going to share it with our customers. Okay, I'm going to tap here, and I've actually cheated a little bit here. I've actually put Frank's phone number in, and I'm going to send this to Frank. Now, Frank and I live about 30 miles apart, so I want you to see how quick this is. So when I go down here and I hit send, I'm actually sending the inspection right to Frank. And we're going to give everybody a chance to see what that inspection looks like. And when Frank gets it, he's going to tap on a link. And what I want you to do is pay attention, because almost instantaneously, as soon as Frank looks at this inspection, you're going to see a note pop up letting me know that Frank's looked at it.
That's such a big deal. Wow.
There it is.
There it is.
He's looked at it. Oh.
Right there. And now I can tap on there and
now we got him.
Yeah.
We got him.
So, I mean, think about this. You guys drop the vehicle off. You can send that message, vehicle arrived, and there's a picture of it, and the people can get back to you and go, okay, I see that.
And we know that they opened it.
Yes, exactly.
I love that.
So, getting back to, I got to remember, I got to do it a little differently here. We doing good here, Jay?
We're doing great. I just want to thank everybody. Listen, if you're watching now, if you just joined recently, we're doing a demo, an explanation of NEXTGEAR auto repair software by Bolton Technology, and we're here with JB and Frank. And okay, so what are we doing next?
Oh, it's fighting me a little bit here. Let's see what happens.
That's okay. And we're in this post-COVID world. And by the way, I want to say, thoughts go out to, if you're out in the elements and things are tough, we hope you're staying safe. There is this craziness all over the place, from one form of crazy to another version of just these are strange times. So we thank you for taking the time to enjoy us, and we hope you are safe. I just want to say that.
All right, so we got it. Cool. So go ahead, Frank.
And one of the things you're going to see here in a couple seconds, Jay, is some features we added just when COVID came up. I mean, we're still a small enough company where we move really, really quick, and we're pretty nimble. And when this whole COVID thing hit late February, early March, and we knew that shops were going to see a decline in business, and it was going to be more a touchless transaction. JB's going to show you some things here that we'll tell you what we added, where now the customer can pay from the comfort of their office. They don't have to walk in and stick a credit card in the machine.
So nice. Okay, so yeah, what's that process like? Right, because, well, how would they do it before? You'd pay by credit card over the phone or something like that?
Yeah, you'd have to take the number and everything over the phone and punch it in your terminal.
And you'd be surprised. I mean, one, that's a huge risk on the shop's behalf to take a phone number. And JB, we spend about a third of our lives in shops. I go into shops and I see credit card numbers written down on blotters and all over the place.
Totally, right.
And no one thinks to throw it away. And I'm like,
you got credit card numbers laying around on the counter at an auto repair shop.
And
yeah, that's
as a
bad.
customer, that would drive me crazy.
Oh, and you can imagine,
so said,
right? Yeah.
No more.
Okay.
And what you see here now for all your subscribers, Jay, and everyone that's on the phone with us, if anyone takes their cell phone and texts the word Bolton, or if you spell it incorrectly, you type in Bolton, like Michael Bolton, to that number, 267-833-2679, you will immediately be giving or sent a digital inspection text message right to your cell phone with a link you can click on. And once you click in that link, everyone will get a full-blown inspection. Obviously, it's not going to have a picture of a car. It's going to have a picture of my Phillies cup since I'm a big baseball fan. But this is exactly what the customer gets. This is a full-blown inspection. This is a 31-point inspection that JB and I did at a local shop. And this is how the customer goes in and dives in. And they get to see everything that was inspected on the vehicle. They get to see all the technician's notes. In this case, the vehicle's past due for inspection. We drew right on the picture. We told the customer, you're past due. We got to show all the dashboard indicator lights. And if you notice, below every picture is a description of what's going on. So in this case, all exterior lights were found to be operating normally at this time.
Yeah, right.
And really what it does, it just makes it so simple to learn about your car.
Additionally, we educate the customers by including learn more videos on these. So if they just tap on this, they don't understand why wipers are important. Well, they can see this. This might be loud. But that's why I kill it right away, because it gets kind of loud. But the thing is, there's a video now telling them about wipers or why you need your trans service or anything. And all this is in the palm of their hands right now.
Amazing. Yeah. No, and I really like the way, I like the look of the software. I like how thorough it is. I love the ability to mark on the photos. Wow. I mean, this just changes the game with, you know, dealing with, I mean, you made me think of, I had a phone call. I was about a year or two ago, and your rotors and pads are, you know, there's a problem. And I didn't really like the shop anyways. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm not really buying it. There's something here that I don't like. And I wanted to see it, right? What am I going to do? Drive down there and go look at it? Oh, I don't have my car. I can't drive down to look at it. You've got my car.
So if there's anybody in the audience, there's the phone number that you can send it to right now, Bolton or Bolton, and you'll be able to take a look exactly at the inspection that we just shared with you. And then let's see what we got going on here. So this is the big piece. Don't explain to them, show the customer. You know, I could say to you, Jay, just like you just said, hey, Jay, your air filter's dirty. And you're like, oh, okay. But if I send you a picture like this, can you argue with me? This is your air filter.
What a difference.
This is a new one. Which one would you want to be breathing through, right? So
the one on the left ain't yours.
No, it's not. And here's the other thing that you alluded to, building a history. Hey, today we checked your brakes out, and as you can see by the green fewer blade that we have in here, you're in a good place. We don't have to worry about them.
Wow.
We'll check them again next time you come back.
That is awesome.
And here's the thing, too. We may understand the caliper, rotor, and the brake pads, but a customer has no idea what all that hardware is. So when we do something like this and show them what we're talking about, they better understand. Hello, Mr. Customer. Your brakes are getting to a point that I can recommend them, but you still have time because I know how you drive. And there you go. Then it's time to get the brakes done. And building this history does a couple of things for a shop. It brings the customer back. And did you know that you have a much higher chance of reselling to a customer that returns? A new customer, you only have a 5% chance of selling to. So if you can show them that these inspections are what you need, what they need to understand what's going on, we can make that happen.
This is awesome. Yeah. I mean, wow. What a difference.
So let's go back.
For so many consumers, that would be the first time they would have ever seen such a picture. Of the actual measurement, right? That's just awesome. I love it. This is really cool, man.
All right. So as Frank said, that now we're going to show you.
Michael says the mechanic can text him, stop riding the clutch.
Well, sometimes there's things that we're not going to say. But the idea here is that we send this inspection to a customer. We have a conversation with them on the phone. They authorize whatever work. But the other point that we're talking about here, oops, I went a little too fast, is that we now are going to check out. And when we tap here, what that's going to do is it's going to allow us to look at all the recommendations that we did today. And if we did the recommendation, we take that off of the list just by tapping there.
Nice.
And as I mentioned earlier, the inspection and emissions is due next month. We can't do anything with it today because it's too early in Pennsylvania. So now we can go down here and make that appointment for that customer. And all we have to do, we have a number of different ways. We can give it a number of months. But in this case, it's now June, but this car is good in July to get the inspection done. So I'm going to go back to July. And let's go to July 13th so we can recover from the July 4th weekend. And just by doing this, I am going to set that date in the calendar that a week before July 13th, this customer is going to get a text message automatically with no interaction from anybody at the shop saying, hey, you have an appointment due on July 13th. And if you can make that appointment, hit the letter C as in confirm and send that back to us and we'll be waiting for you.
If auto transport software could remind the residential customer the morning of transport or the day before, oh my gosh.
You're starting to see it.
It's awesome.
And this is why we know that this is flexible software and it can be made to work that way. So when I go in there, boom, now here's the next piece of the puzzle. Let's say you got your trucker dropped off a vehicle and he's requesting payment and they pay by credit card, which a lot of people use credit card numbers. Well, we go right in here. And again, I'm still doing this in an automotive service example. Mm-hmm. When I click on that, it's going to open up. Come on, home, Wi-Fi. Yeah. There's the customer's information filled in. How much does that customer owe me? Put that number in. Is there a work order or an invoice number? Put that in. And if you wish, you can generate a work order in a PDF format that when you tap here, you can literally connect that document right to this.
Yeah, I love attaching documents.
All right, and where's my document?
So now the shop or the transport industry can attach the invoice. So now you're saying you owe us $432. There's your matching invoice for $432.
All right, attached, and all I do is...
Which is one of the things we do have, but a lot of the reminders and whatnot, I don't think we have that stuff.
Okay.
We haven't seen it, but...
Sorry, keep interrupting, but I just sent... I can send the link right to the customer so that they get that link, and I'm going to show you how that link works.
Send it to me, JB.
Send it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're the man. You're going to
got some people really. There's some people in the live chat really impressed.
But here's the thing: they're not ready for a break.
No, nobody's no. Keep going.
JB, send it to the top cell phone number.
Oh, you're killing me.
Well, you can see had it programmed in there.
We've not practiced.
So many cooks in the kitchen. We got 3 cooks in the kitchen.
All right, and you can see here, I also have the choice of numbers to send it to, and I just sent it to Frank, and Frank's going to go through. Now, Frank, I wanted to show the steps that happen.
Okay, do it again. In the meantime, I'll go in and pay my invoice.
Yes, and watch what happens.
By the way, anybody in the audience got the Bolton text, the Michael Bolton text?
Yeah, anyone, what did you think about that?
Yeah, I liked it. I'm just curious what kind of feedback we're getting. I think that, honestly, I do. I think several people are very interested in what and want to see you keep going. What else do you guys have? What else does this Swiss Army knife do?
It does a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna do another payment request so you can see how it works.
Okay.
And just let me run through the little steps right here real quick. I'm not going to choose a file. Oh, actually, I want to choose a file. And this can be done on a PC too. Not only can it be done on a tablet like I'm doing here, but it can also be done on an Apple or a PC.
Nice.
And there goes the message.
That's
Frank
big.
made his payment right here.
Oh,
right.
sweet.
I'm going to send that one out. I'm going to show you that in a moment.
So at this point, Jay, if the shop gets a notification, it tells them what invoice has been paid, who paid, how much they paid. The shop just goes back into their invoicing software and it marks the receipt paid, and they're done. They post their money, and transaction's over.
And in what ways couldn't the customer pay after receiving that message?
Any credit card.
Credit card. Are you guys integrating, like doing Cash App or Venmo or any of that kind of stuff?
That's kind of like the second phase.
Yeah.
Or actually the third phase. So we did all major credit cards. We're starting to work with some financing sources where a customer has financing options. Maybe they can't afford $1,000 worth of repairs today.
Yeah,
but we've incorporated some financing. So
that's cool.
And then we're going to start look at a PayPal, Venmo, and things like that.
Cool.
So what you see in front of you right here is what the customer would actually get. So if you connect the PDF of the receipt or whatever, it's all right there. And the customer goes, oh, I'm ready to pay. They tap up here. And it's automatically going to fill in all their information right here. So that's already out of the way. Okay, and then we're going to move down here. And they can scan their credit card and put that info in if they wish right here. Just give it a moment to catch up to me.
It's all PCI compliant, right? So it's kind of the Amazon method.
Mm-hmm.
And
the days of us, like JB said, the days of us taking credit cards verbally over the phone,
right?
Texting credit, have someone email us a credit card number,
right?
Huge liability.
Oh yeah, right. The insurance company is like, do not take the number.
Sure.
Yeah. Get paid, but don't take the number.
The next step is I sign it right on the phone or device, and then I go right here and hit submit. And that payment is now going to be processed. And if it goes through nice, I as the customer see that message right there. And if I go back in here to NEXTGEAR, you can see the payment came up here. And if I tap on that, here it is. Whoops.
This is actually why. So Superflow Systems, they're a participant and advertiser of Auto Transport Intel, and they have a section iTruckPay. And again, it's the getting paid portion, right? Easily getting paid, making it easier to get paid is such a big part of great software extension.
But Jay, wait, there's more.
And there's more.
You get to see how much you got paid today, but if there's some kind of issue here, you can actually go over to here, tap on this, and you can void that payment, or you can take care of a refund right here, right now, just like this. So if that guy comes, don't you hate it? You do all the documentation, and the customer now comes out with a coupon or something like that.
Right.
So all you do is this, go in there, put in the discount that you want to put in, hit OK,
yes.
Give it a few moments, and watch. Bink. Come on, homework. Come on, you can do it. Wi-Fi, you can.
Right, otherwise you're passing a hat around. Anybody got $5 in quarters?
Yeah. And then there you go. You say OK, and you're going to see very shortly it's going to pop up on here and let us know that we refunded that customer $100. There it is.
Nice.
So a little bit more here to talk about. We do have the ability, we can text anybody that's in our database. You can search for them right here and pull up anybody that's already been with us. All that texting is recorded. We have the date and time that it comes, so there's never going to be a concern about who said what, when, and where, because we have all that covered. And then also we have the calendar that we were speaking about recently a few moments ago. And all those appointments that we're making are going to fill this calendar, and a shop can connect it, or whoever is using can connect it to Google, or you can connect it to Outlook. And what happens here is as these fill the calendar, you'll see some of them are green. And the reason for that one being green is because a week before that appointment, a reminder was sent to that customer, and they hit the letter C as an order confirmed and send that back. And that's telling the shop that this customer is coming in on this date at this time, and they're getting this work done right here.
Wow.
And go ahead, Frank.
It's a great follow. Yeah, like Gibby said, it's a great follow-up. So, in the transport, we can send those reminders a week in advance. If the transport company wants to manually send a reminder a day in advance, it's just a click of a button. And JB will show you that right here in this little menu here. So we can manually send the reminders. And where this becomes handy is the reminders go out 7 days prior. And let's say I'm a shop owner, I have 10 people on my schedule, and maybe 5 or 6 confirm. Well, a day or two before, I'm going to look at my schedule. And if I see 3 or 4 people have not responded, I don't want to just allow them the option to not respond. I need to know, are they coming or not? So I can either send another reminder, I can pick up the phone and give them a call, and really start to hold the customers accountable to say, yes, are you going to be here, or do you need to reschedule?
Totally. Yeah. A car hauler will show up at your house on Tuesday, and he's going to pick up your car whether you like it or not.
Isn't that called repoing?
Almost.
No, we're not going to forewarn the customer that we're going to repo their car, though.
And here,
repo works a little different.
And here's the other thing about this.
In a nice way.
If that customer did authorize, tell us that they're coming in, all the shop has to do is go to the calendar, open up that customer's appointment, and tap right here. And ladies and gentlemen, there's the inspections that they're going to start. And let me show you this transit inspection that I built so some of your people understand what I'm getting at. I'm going to tap on that, hit OK, give it a moment. And here it is. As I mentioned, there's your pickup data. And, again, I'm going to tell you that I don't know everything about how you do business, but I'm going to assume that there's certain specific information. So the pickup data here is you need to identify the vehicle. Well, you can get the current mileage off the vehicle and put it right here. Take a photograph of that. So just like you were saying earlier, when you're going over, what was that? Some kind of a construction truck had 100 some extra miles on it.
So here in auto transport, when you're picking up, the type of location is a great beginning point that sets you in motion on a course of next questions. So are you picking up at a residence? Are you picking up at a dealership? Are you picking up at an auction? Are you picking up at a repo lot? Right? And so based on that information, you're going to go on to know the other things that are important, like hours, who's the contact, is it paid for, is it ready to go, does it run and drive. Amazing how many questions there are just regarding one vehicle and whether or not it's ready for pickup.
Well, watch what's happening. As you're telling me what I need to add, I'm adding it.
Awesome.
Note location of pickup. There you go. Speech to text, it's in there, and now that's a choice that they can put in. I
don't know if there's much speech to text in auto transport software.
Well, if the device supports it, they have it.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So it's pretty much every device now, Jay. The fact that, let's say we're an auto transport company and we have 20 drivers. JB just added that note. That note within seconds will be available on every other transport driver's tablet. Wow. They won't have to add themselves. It goes company-wide.
Wow. That sounds like AI.
Yeah, Alf did it, yeah.
Right. Whoa.
But here you go. Look, sometimes you pick up a vehicle and you've got a transposed VIN number. 1 or 2 digits are transposed. You can actually go here, tap on this, and what it's going to do is note that there's an issue, and that using speech to text, we can put in there.
And I think
number transposed.
I think on the VIN shuffle issue is why I think more and more people would rather just rely on the VIN scanner.
Mm-hmm.
But we know there's different levels of integrity of VIN scanners, etc. But yeah, just being able to rely on the device rather than the the chubby fingers, as I've seen some drivers. Right, some drivers are like, man, I got fat fingers.
And the speech to text works really, really well, even in a noisy environment. And if somebody's in an environment where someone's not happy and throwing F-bombs and stuff like that around, it will pick it up.
And the one nice thing, JB, if you scroll up a little bit, the minute on the main screen, the minute the technician or the transport driver picks up the vehicle, they can assign themselves to this ticket, right? So if you see there, you see Joe Burkhouse, you see the customer, you see the vehicle information. There's a place where the technician can enter the odometer. And as we add our employees for our transport drivers, JB can throw in the mileage here. This would be where we add all of our employees, all of our technicians or drivers. And we only have 2 in here.
You can add them on the fly too.
That's awesome. Right. Who worked on this car? Yeah,
Bingo.
not just customer information, but yeah, who was the technician? Yeah, that's great stuff.
Who was our manager to dispatch the work or whatever it may be?
Oh, wow. Yeah, right. Ooh, how about that auto transport software? Who was the dispatcher? I don't know if that's in there.
Well, these are things that we can.
Interesting.
This is a new product. This is a baby that's ready to move. And we want the world to know, though, this can be very easily modified to do whatever you wish. And, I mean, from right here, you can actually send this as a text right now to a customer. So
Awesome.
kind of run through this real quick. We're going to set those recommendations. We're going to set that next appointment. We're going to send a reminder text with no, the shop doesn't have to do anything about that. And as we've just kind of already gotten to, we can use this for used car pre-check, vehicle documentation when towing, transporting, or doing recovery. And it's all right there. It's very easy to do. And, you know, being able to document exactly when and where you picked up this vehicle is going to be a big CYA thing. And when you're transporting some real rare birds and things of that sort, you can not be the one blamed for any damage that you're not responsible for. And then when it comes to recovery in crazy situations, you can understand, you can take pictures and let them know why it costs so much. And just to give you a little background on this picture here, this is from New Zealand.
Wow.
And this is right after an earthquake that caused liquefaction of the ground,
Wow.
which means it shook it and it became liquid and the vehicle sank into it.
Wow. It looks like a sinkhole.
Well, that's kind of what happens. The
Kind of
ground
what
becomes
happens.
fluid and it
Wow.
just sinks in.
Wow. That's nuts.
So
That's an expense repair on that Audi.
Whoa.
text payments, that's money in the bank immediately. And also the calendars we've already talked about. Just
In fact, as a consumer, when you have a relationship with your auto repair shop, you run into a problem, jump to the app, right?
yeah, I mean, you just
Yeah.
That's an interesting
The
right?
vehicle owner can store the shop's information as a contact on their cell phone. They don't have to call the shop. They can just text in and say, "Hey JB, it's Jay. My car's acting up.
Yeah.
You know, can I get it in the next couple of days for service?" And JB can text right back. We're limiting all this phone calls, all the
Yeah.
wasted time that we spend on the phone. And the best part about texting is you have a paper trail, so you can get approvals for work and things like that.
yep,
What if-
every text is kept.
What if a dealer or an auction, because I'm sure on new cars they have EDI and they've got proactive information, but if you were I'll bet there are some systems where if you're a broker and you've got vehicles, you can just send VINs to the system and it'll begin to build database of next work that needs to be done. But it is amazing. This software makes me think about so many things.
And that's the same thing, Jay. As I was preparing for this evening, there's so many ideas in my head, and this is in its infancy and it's very flexible, that we see it as a tool for a whole lot of different industries within the automotive industry, from people picking up, recovering cars, whatever it might be. This here could be a system. I think it can actually become a dispatch system too with a little bit of work.
So on that, yeah, before I forget, I think sales at boltontechnology.com, right? Sales at boltontechnology.com. That's an email address that if somebody out there wants to get a hold of you guys, email sales at boltontechnology.com, right?
Yeah, JB, I don't know. Can you pull up a Word document if you're finished and type that up?
One moment.
And then, Jay, we'll just type in the.
No, you're good. Now
the
we're
note.
fine. We're fine on time. We're doing great. I'm actually gonna look at my photos here to see if there was anything. Because I got a copy of the presentation here. Oh man, you went through everything.
I'll make that bigger.
And this, if anyone sends us an email, this email will come to my inbox, and JBI we both monitor this inbox and divvy things up. So if there's someone that forgets questions tonight, they can always reach out to us, and we'll be happy to reach back out.
And there's probably going to be plenty of people watching this afterwards, so that's also true for those fine folks. Oh, look at that. It's already going right there. Stop it.
We got Frank in sales, JB in education. This is a lot of great stuff. Okay, yeah, there's sales. Sales at. We transposed the L and the T because we're live. That's how we know we're live. We're really alive. We're here, and we're human. Right? How does that feel to be human?
JB's a smart one of the two of us.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. You guys have a lot of information. I'm apprehensive to try to dive into all the drop-down menus on your home page here. I mean, training videos, live webinars, Bolton University. What's Bolton University?
So, JB and I, I guess this is our fourth year, we really started to look at some of our existing clients, and the technology does so much. And what happens is our shops would gravitate to and do 20 or 30% of it. And they'd be so happy with the results that they would never invest in learning anymore. And, you can do webinars and you can do videos, but, people are busy during the day. So it's tough to get 100% of someone's attention. So JB and I came with the idea, we would do a university class. 2 days of intense learning. We do these all over the country. We have a training facility in our office outside of Philadelphia where people can come to us uninterrupted. We feed them lunch and breakfast every day. They're on their own for dinner. They get their hotels, and they get to spend 2 days with JB and I. And what we noticed is the folks that come through this training end up being better users. We cover better processes for them, and ultimately they see better results back at the shop.
Wow.
And it's just kind of our way of giving back.
Yeah. You guys have gone way beyond just great software. Yeah, right. I mean, this is a learning center.
And
we've learned
kind of JB and I are acting there.
Yeah, right.
It's one of those things, Jay. It's software, right? And sometimes it can be a little daunting. And
yes.
We don't want to just be another third-party vendor to all these folks. If someone's paying us $199 or $299 a month for whatever their software they have from us, we want to make sure that someone's getting a return on their investment. We don't make anyone ever sign a contract, right? If we don't hold up our end of the deal, anyone can leave at any time.
This is awesome. I didn't even know. I'm really glad I asked.
And additionally, one of the things that we've learned, Frank and I, with doing these and also traveling and going to different shops, is that we're also helping them manage-wise. They're actually learning good, best practices. And these are simple little things that are proven across the board that our software supports and does automatically in many cases, that once a shop does, they're going to see greater profits.
Yeah. No, there's no doubt about it. I mean, that's why, I started with content, but realizing as the audience grew and getting a lot of questions, that then growing CTS business coaching as part of the Auto Transport Intel channel just makes a lot of sense. It's great to take those questions and turn that into actionable learning for that person and others. That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
wow.
Like JV says, everything's about promoting best practices. We want to see everyone have success with it. And listen, we're more than just a vendor. We want to partner with your business. We want to have everyone have success. We have 50-some people willing to help all of our clients. whether it's coaching, training, answering questions, the videos JB does. We have live chats. We have Wikipedia pages. We have all kinds of assets on our website. You know, one click, you can remote your computer right in, and we can get on your computer and help fix something if something's not working correctly.
Wow. Well, and that's
also,
oh yeah, go ahead, JB.
well, also the fact, because we go into shops, we get to see what's going on, and with my background, I'm able, like, what happens, Frank goes up front and talks to the advisors and whatnot. I go in the shop with the techs because I've got all that experience, and I watch, and sometimes just saying a couple simple things, they're like, holy cow, why didn't we think about that? They make a slight change, and life is so much better for everybody. And that's one of the things that feels good about this, is that we're not only putting software in people's hands, we're putting their lives back in their hands sometimes. Not working in the business, as they say, working outside the business and having a real life.
Yeah, this is awesome. Wow, you guys. I'm really glad that I hadn't clicked on those links, and I'm really glad that I did. This has been amazing, and I can tell that, you know, there were several interactions in the live chat. I'm really glad we did this, and I really appreciate you guys coming on the show tonight. Before I let you go, because we're at that time, is there anything that we didn't cover or that you wanted to mention or anything?
Well, I'll just go off with NEXTGEAR. It's a baby, and it's developing. And I hope the folks out there, even though we use the automotive side of how to show how it works, you can see the power in how those inspections could be built in all different manners, where everybody can use them for different purposes. So if you have an idea, reach out to us. It's pretty easy to make happen.
You know, and that's one thing. All software is a work in progress at some point, right? What are that? Windows is on Windows 10. I'm sure, you know, 20 years ago,
DOS.
They didn't know, right? DOS. So
Windows 95.
Right, Windows 95, Windows 98, and
DOS.
then Vista. Boy, Vista was amazing. Everybody loved that.
DOS.
So, and like JB said, you know, we geared this because we've always provided this level of technology for the automotive independent repair facility. But used car stores, dealers, new car stores, auto transport, repos, call us. You know, we're very nimble. We're still a small enough company where we can make things happen. This NEXTGEAR, we see this being molded to all these different industries. And it's technology, like where we put the odometer and you saw technician, service advisor. Maybe in the auto transport, it says odometer, driver, dispatcher, right? We can change the headings, and we can, hopefully, if we have enough demand, we can gear this to all those different industries. It's web-based, right? We make a couple changes, and we can make this thing live.
Dude, that's awesome. Okay, so there it is. There's the call to action. Bolton Technology has great ideas, great software, and is listening and is ready to talk. So if you've got something you want to talk to them about, email sales@boltontechnology.com. Frank is the VP of Sales. JB is the Director of Education. Guys, I can't thank you enough for taking the time to join me tonight. It was awesome.
Well, thank you, Jay. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we're blessed that you had us on, Jay. We thank you so much. Hopefully it was informative to all your members, and we look forward to hearing from everyone.
All right, cool. Well, there it is. Well, listen, thank you guys. I really appreciate it. This was fun, and keep in touch, okay?
Definitely.
All right,
Let me know what
so
I
much.
can do to help. Thank you. All right, good night, you guys.
Good night.
Take care.
All right, and with that, I end the meeting. Where'd he go? Yes, I did. I ended the meeting because we're live, and you just have to be decisive with these moments. Listen, this was great, and you know what? A lot of you guys are still here, and I know it's a long time. I've been live for 2 hours now, and that's a long show. And that's also a long time to get information, but that was awesome. boltontechnology.com. I think we either learned something or we made us think about something that could be improved in our own industry, or maybe how they can integrate, or maybe that's a software. Maybe you just want to get your car fixed and you want a better auto repair software experience. So whatever it is, check out boltontechnology.com. Thank you, Muzi. I thought they were great too. And I encourage anybody that's watching now or on demand to go ahead and get a hold of boltontechnology.com, sales at Bolton Technology. Now you know who to talk to. And listen, if you have a company product or service that you think should be showcased on Auto Transport Intel, send me an email. autotransportintel@gmail.com. I'm going to go ahead and say it again because I know these are crazy times. And, I like to, again, I'm into infotainment, right? Like to keep it light. I know it's pretty heavy out there right now, between COVID and civil unrest. And honestly, I don't know how to wrap my arms around it. I feel for those that are in pain. I personally have a lot of compassion and empathy for others. Some things I've never understood, and I never will understand. But I appreciate when people speak out against injustice, and I'm glad that that's more of a corporate agreement. You're seeing that in a corporate sense more than ever before, so that's kind of good, right? But will we? When I say it'll be a different headline 2 months from now. Historically, we just revolve in the headlines, and if we can do some united growth on these topics, that'd be awesome. So it's a wait and see for me, because I don't know. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, getting the information, watching Auto Transport Intel. Let me know how I can help. Please do visit autotransportintel.com. Sign up for the ATI Insider. Join us for our monthly CTS roundtables. Find out more about that on autotransportintel.com. Auto Transport Intel is live 4 times a week. This is just part 1 this week. You got tomorrow, Wednesday at 2 on autoconversion.net. Find out how to join the Mobile Tech and Connectivity Show if you just can't get enough. Thursdays at noon, Dispatching Live, and Fridays at noon, Cars on the Move. Dispatching Live is load board search advice. Cars on the Move is auctions, dealers, and carriers, how to grow your business. So, and we're not just talking to carriers. We've grown beyond that. We're talking to the entire auto transport ecosystem. If you can't wrap your head around it, let me know. autotransportintel@gmail.com. I want to help answer your questions. And on that, you guys, please stay safe. Be good to each other. And I'll see you soon. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good night.